Light the beam! Light the beam!
After completely unnecessary delays, we are lighting the beam at 8:35 promptly tonight on Thursday. We got this close to having back-to-back weeks of consistent shows Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock. We were so close, fellas.
Well, LG's chauffeur just likes to drive the speed limit.
Well, there's nothing wrong. Look, as someone who speeds everywhere,
Whack.
As much as you complain about the AI self-driving technology, what do you want it? You want those things driving everyone around 90 miles an hour?
The one time I drove a Tesla, I literally ran the battery out in an hour and a half, just from acceleration. Zoom, boom, 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 boom.
That it sound the way you describe it. It sounds like it's a little remote, like an RC car.
Felt like it, dude. We were coming back from. It was actually the game where Jose Altuve got the buzzer sound and hit the homer off of Chapman in the ALCS finals.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and I was a little angry.
No way.
A little angry.
No way.
You know,
who could have anticipated that? No, we are back. We are live here once again on the north side of San Antonio. It is a Thursday night edition of the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma, of course. Cap sitting across the table from. I almost forgot what this was called. It's a table.
It's a lanyard.
It's across from this wooden contraption that all my crap is sitting on. Now, we are once again all back together, all under the same roof. We'll check in with LG here in a second. We're doing an hour, fellas. We're doing an hour.
Screw it. We're doing an hour.
See?
That's how much faith LG has right now.
I know. But
we have a hard out at 10:30.
We have and that's 2 hours from now.
No, I mean, we got to be done by 10.
Okay. So that's an hour and a half. But our hard out, we're doing an hour. That is the goal. I'm trying to save up because I know all of next week is going to be obviously a lot of Super Bowl. It's going to be a very, very, very heavy Super Bowl. We've talked a lot of football.
So this is the downtime in sports for me. Even though we got basketball, but basketball is not my favorite sport. Baseball is. So whenever it's just baseball, I'm happy. You know,
Have you seen my baseball?
Have you seen my baseball? You can't go full. I'm just playing. I don't want to get explicit, but this is the time. I don't watch NCAA basketball.
Also, I love that you call it NCAA. You're gonna start sounding like the tennis player. NC2A tennis.
NCAA is that what you're supposed to say? NCAA
or just college basketball. NC2A is what the
National College
Ivy Leaguers
Association
call it.
of Amateurs.
I think that's right.
Amateur Association.
Yeah, there's something like that. Something that needs to be updated, like a lot of our archaic structures. No, we've talked a lot of football the last few weeks, obviously, and we've done Spurs notes along the way, but we haven't dedicated really dedicated a full episode to something besides football in months. So I thought tonight, since we are on a hard out, we're aiming for an hour.
That's what she said.
That's correct. Man, if you're aiming for an hour, none of them, they don't want it for an hour. No, there's no.
I was all talking to the wife, and I was like, good 90 seconds, and I'm like, yeah, I wish I could do it.
Yeah, you know how much effort I put in? That could have been 9 seconds. Just remember that next time.
I miss those glory days.
Yeah, no, with it being with the intentions of doing a solid hour of content here, I thought with the news, NFL or NBA trade deadline is a week from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We got the news last night, or really Tuesday night, that Jeremy Sohan has been told he can start looking for a trade, talking to other teams to try to facilitate a trade. We got the news that Giannis has officially declared his intentions to leave Milwaukee.
You mean a week ago when he said, I will never ask for a trade from Milwaukee? That was a lie?
Well, it feels like it was more of not as much of a, because Milwaukee also, for their part, have been saying steadfast, we're not trading him. Where it doesn't matter if he asked for it or not. We're not trading Giannis.
Did you see that big sign we got outside? That cost a lot of money.
That's right. And we're the city of Milwaukee. You think we're just swimming like Scrooge McDuck? No, it's starting to get. This is my favorite part of sports. I was talking about this yesterday on the radio show whenever I was filling in for Andy. I'm a sicko. I'll watch any sport that's live on my television, but I really, really enjoy the transactional side of sports, the signings, the trades, the draft. And so,
because you play that franchise crap.
That's 1,000%. Me and Ben Johnson, me and your head coach of the playoff Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson, building those Madden franchises.
What?
Your obsession with Ben Simmons. No, so now that we're a week away from the NBA trade deadline and we're actually getting some news to talk about, I know next week, if the Spurs make a huge trade, we're going to talk about it next week without question. But it's going to be a lot of Super Bowl focus. I see Ellie's excited.
Where's my baby?
Ellie's excited for the tight hour we're doing here. The roommate is sitting out there and she's letting that dog just bark its.
Oh, what's she supposed to do? Come here and just grab its snout?
Entertain it. It's not hard to make a dog stop barking.
That could be entertainment for a dog, a happy bark.
Yeah, give it, maybe, I don't know, pet it, interact with it.
LG just gets so angry because his dog likes me more than him.
Oh, that dog is vicious. I'm glad it likes you because it's got a mean streak a mile wide. I can tell. No, so if the Spurs make a big trade before next Thursday, we're obviously going to talk about it next week. But I thought tonight, since we're on a bit of a time crunch, it would be a good night to just focus solely on some basketball talk. I've got yesterday on the radio show, I went through. And here, I'll show you. You can see it all.
Yeah.
I went through and wrote all of the Spurs first-round draft picks through 2032, all of the conditions that are attached to them, who the swaps are with, all of that.
2032.
Right. That's as far away as they can trade them. And then, obviously, all the players that are on contracts that aren't veteran minimum. So, no, I don't have Bismack Biyombo or Lindy Waters on the list, but every other player.
I don't know the first guy. I know Waters.
Oh, you got to know Biyombo. You would recognize him if you saw him. So I've got them all broken down. All of the Spurs assets they currently own have them broken down into 5 tiers. So I want to get your thoughts and see if you disagree with any of the rankings and see what you would be willing to get rid of or to move in a trade, because it does seem like Sohan's getting traded before next Thursday. That feels like a given.
I think he wants it. He wants to have a bigger role, and he knows that it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it kind of feels like both parties realize now is the time to split amicably before it does drag out and become in any bit of hostility between player and club. So Spurs notes will do the asset evaluation. Main Segi, pseudo Main Segi will hit on some of the Giannis rumors and some of the teams that actually, some of the teams that have the assets but don't seem to have the interest. Some of the teams that have the interest but don't seem to have the assets to make a deal. And then we'll still do a quick lightning round before we get out of here. I'm going to close it today.
And we'll do Super Bowl, the biggest event in like American sports
on Tuesday,
but we're gonna make our picks.
Oh yeah, next week
we gotta do a soft 5 on that one.
Next week we got all next week. The game's not
a soft 5.
What do you have something?
It's a soft 5.
Okay, we'll do it in lightning round then. We'll do Caps Softy in the lightning round, and then I'm gonna close it out unless you Unless you have the video.
Oh, I sent the video.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. I've got something I want to try to start doing. And so I was going to close the show with it today. So if it's
I'll try anything once.
If it's an utter failure, I thought you were about to disrobe. If it fails, then
Jonesy from Reno 911.
It's at the end of the show, so at least you don't have to. We don't have to try to recover if it's an absolute train wreck. So we'll get to all of that, but still, before we get into what we watched last night, we're going to talk about that Spurs Rockets game. LG, join us and tell the good people how they can help support the program.
Join us. Yes.
So menacing.
Well, and the light. Look at.
Oh yeah, I forgot to turn my light on, but you just have to deal with it today because
That voice-
I was late getting into the studio today.
See, I wasn't gonna point the finger at which one of the three of us was responsible, but
I was responsible. I was filming a yoga session with the great yogi Carl Schoening, friend of the show.
The great Carl.
Yes.
I was going to say I want clips, but now I don't want clips.
He wasn't doing the yoga. He was helping film it.
I love you, Carl, but
he is a yogi.
I don't need to see downward dog from him.
Yeah, there were some downward dogs going on at the Pearl. So it was pretty cool. It was like one of those audio yoga sessions where they do like the glasses of wine. And they it's like,
okay, yeah.
You like those people who do the Christmas carols? They're all like,
I thought you were gonna say it was like Iron Maiden yoga, like audio yoga, like Guns N' Roses, something.
I thought it was like everybody gets
cool.
their own headphones and they're all jamming to like the same song.
Yeah, like a silent disco.
Yeah,
like they do.
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we were both wrong.
No, yeah, we
exactly.
way off.
But yeah, I was out there supporting Carl Schoening and the people of the yoga class at the Pearl. And if you want to support us, you can hit that subscribe button, or you can go into the super chat and throw us a tip.
Give us
money, and we will read your chat. Shout out to everyone who's up on my channel right now, up in the chat. They're blowing up the page for some reason here. And your boy, the one and only 06, is up in here. He says, "What's up, Puma? Can I get a shout out for my little bro, Sebastian Rangel, on winning his district today for high school wrestling?"
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, shout out,
190-pound champion out of Ronald Reagan. I don't think I pronounced that correctly, but Ronald Reagan High School.
They have a 190-pound section.
Champion. You want to enter or what?
No.
Yeah, okay.
I'm still heavier than
I'm clocking in these days.
My leg can go be 190 pounds.
I'm clocking in these days at 217.
217.
And I think a district winning high school wrestler, he would throw my ass around.
He'd leg whip you, leg you, double leg.
Would I make it 3 minutes?
No.
Would I make it 30 seconds? Where's the line? Where's the...
No, you would make it, I think, less than 30. I think it would be about 15 seconds. He'd whip you. He'd one leg, take you down, get you on your back, and then turn around and pin you.
Yeah, I don't think it would. Wrestling is one of those. I've got a buddy.
I would love to have him put the nuts in the face.
I think it would be a sight for eyes to see you wrestling, Puma.
It would be
like Daddy Longlegs out there.
Hey, if this is your buddy, let's set it up.
Imagine Wemby wrestling.
A lot of limbs just flying around. It looked like an old school cartoon where it's just a rolling ball of smoke and you just see the arms and legs sticking out. That would basically be what it is. Well, shout out district champion winner Sebastian Rangel.
Yes, for sure. And other ways to support this show, we have a Amazon wish list where we need studio equipment and
Japanese bidet.
Those XLR cables that are poking out the back of your microphones right there. Those are brand new, courtesy of Wes Harkins, who purchased something from the wish list, as well as those headphones you're wearing, Puma. And shout out to Greg, who just threw some super chats in there. How about that comeback on the Republic of Houston Rockets?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Come on now, Spurs!
talked about 6-12 last night.
Yep. And then Greg's in here with the second super chat, followed up the first one with the second one, and says just the tip.
Oh, see,
That's why it's 6-12, you Greg.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it was 12-6.
Yeah.
Like I was hyped at the beginning, and then by halftime, womp.
I was disappointed.
Then we got some of that blue chew.
You were hyped at halftime?
No, I was hyped at the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
At tip
and then-
off.
Yeah.
I was.
And then they
12.
hit every 3-pointer
Yeah,
they
that
shot.
first half.
And I'm like, oh.
Well, Greg, that is a perfect lead in. As LG said, I saw there were a few more subbies rolled in earlier this week. So thank you to all of those that have subscribed. YouTube subs are absolutely free, won't ever cost you anything. And they really help us out, help us grow this thing.
So our Instagram and TikTok at sportscave.live.
Yeah, throw it.
Sports.cave.live on everything.
Something else that won't ever cost you a penny, but will go a long way to helping us out. And yeah, as Greg did, if you throw a super chat in there, the rest of the way, we'll hit them right before lightning round. But they're going to be, I would assume they're all going to be on topic because we're talking nothing but Spurs. And
If we fill that cup, Puma will wrestle a 17-year-old.
yeah, that is, I guess that is the other side of it. Like, I mean, do we have like a parental waiver for this kid to whip my ass? Like, I'm not gonna sue. I'm not worried. I'm more worried about.
He's gonna put you in an arm lock.
So I had one buddy. Wrestling was not a thing at my high school growing up.
No one wanted to wear the unitards.
We didn't even have a program. Like no town around us had wrestling. Like it just wasn't a thing. So whenever I was at Texas State, one of my longtime really good friends that I met, he's been on the podcast before, Toby, usually talks basketball, talks NBA. When I met Toby, I had no idea, like he's a, jack dude, he's fit, but he looked more like a linebacker, like a middle linebacker build. I had no idea what his athletic history was. I didn't grow up with him, met him at college. And so one day we were just kind of jacking around and him and another one of our friends were, kind of playfully talking trash back and forth. And in the course of under 3 seconds, I saw him get up off of a couch, grab a dude, and have him in a suplex that I had never seen in my life. Like it was literally just get up, grab, and then had him turn sideways.
Oh, it's the belly to back suplex.
Basically,
where it's like he puts him on his stomach.
Yeah, so my eyes just immediately shut. I was like, "What the hell? I didn't know you had that in you." Completely changed my perspective on him the rest of the time I've known him. It's like I know at any second he could bust out an old high school wrestling move and just absolutely demolish. I fear the wrestler.
So many a times when I boxed at a young age of 22, 23, I would always get called in because of my height and my stature. I'd always get called in to help train some of the other MMA fighters or wrestlers.
What, be a punching bag?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, am I getting paid for this? But no, it was just like, you're gonna learn a new technique. And the wrestler, oh man, like I used to wrestle with my brother all the time, but I was always bigger than him because he's like my half brother. I knew all the moves. Like I could crossface chicken wing you. I knew how to like position myself to get leverage. But nah, when you're finessed and you know what you're doing, you're getting your ass whooped, man.
Yeah, it's those are, I'm telling you.
And those leg kicks. I got leg kicked one time and I was like, don't ever do that again. I was like, no, I'm a boxer. I'm not looking to check a leg kick. It hurt so bad and left a bruise on my leg for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It was just a smack, and I just gave this look like, don't do that again.
Yeah, I want no part of that unless we're filming it for content, because I do agree it would be pretty.
Snap my knees now, man.
It would be pretty funny to see some high school kid just absolutely demolish. Yeah. As Greg teed us off there, we are, of course, going to start with what we watched last night. What we all watched, indeed, was the tale of two halves over in Houston, as the Spurs looked like they were ready to get on the bus at halftime, down by as much as 16.
With 3 minutes left, I'm was just being like, oh, I don't know if I can watch the rest of the game. But they came back on a 7-0 run to end the half. That gave us some hope.
That was huge.
And it seemed like they couldn't miss a shot, but a surprise, we had a better shooting percentage than them. It was just the fact that they're the best offensive rebounding team in the league. So
Yeah, and it's the Houston.
They were out bullying us in the first half.
No question. And
Yeah.
I think that my biggest takeaway from, the game last night is, you remember last week we played the clip of Mitch Johnson talking about the team not being mentally or physically or mentally tough enough.
Yeah.
And the whole first half, watching that game last night as Houston was playing bully ball, it was just a physical, right?
Yeah.
Which I love to see, as we talked about when we watched the NBA Cup, when the officials let them play physical basketball. That's a product I want to watch. Like that's better. That's a better product.
That's playoff basketball.
Exactly.
And
that's what it was in the first half. And the Spurs were just not responding.
Did you see, I thought it was very interesting about all the drills that Wemby goes through when he brings the ball down and he has that one coach just slapping his arms, and he's got to hold on to the ball. And you saw exactly that is they, just collapsed on him. But they also said the best, Vassell gives them that space to where you're going to have to play him one-on-one. And was it Sabonis?
No, Şengün.
Yeah. Şengün, he was tough, man. And that stupid little, what is that? Back to the rim, hook behind his head. I can't stand that thing.
See, I love it. That's the kind of stuff.
Oh, that's
Şengün.
That's old man ball right there. And I'm like,
Şengün played, that's a lot how I played. It was the quick, because majority of the people that were guarding me were either taller or more athletic. So it's a lot of off balance shots or shots on the half step where you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Like you said, that little,
you're
quick
just you're
release.
flicking it up there real quick.
Exactly. And if you get a feel for it, it's an easy shot to make, and you can you can rely more on the surprise.
The emergence of the Papa shot in the league is amazing, though.
The little push, shot put.
Hartenstein does it. I just see more and more people doing the little, half free throw Papa shot, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, and Şengün was a force in the first half, but then scoreless in the fourth quarter of that game last night. Which again, I think when the Spurs weren't responding to the physicality in the first half, it allowed that whole Houston Rockets. They were feeding off of each other. They were feeding off of the turnovers, the grown man rebounds that they were just fighting harder for, and all of that was turning into fast breaks, easy baskets, open shots, and all of that changed in the second half. And a lot of that too, not Wemby, the 16 rebounds, 5 blocks, but also Steph Castle's defense in the second half.
He definitely got Charles Barkley said it on the post game. He was absolutely amazed at Steph Castle in the second half. He was he single-handedly turned that game around by his defense. And I agree with them. And the other thing that I take away from that is Mitch Johnson heard the call. He let that second group, that second team play and didn't sub them out. He was like, these guys are playing better bully ball than my first team right now. I'm keeping them in. And that's when we got on the run. We started locking them down on D. They didn't get a shot, a field goal for almost 6 minutes in the fourth.
Yeah, and that was part of that stretch when the bench unit was doing the damage. That was they had a run in the third quarter that was a 16-4 run where Keldon Johnson scored 9 of the 16 points, and it was again a lot of the energy, the physical play, the just out as cliche as it sounds. It didn't look like they wanted it more in the first half. second half, it looked like they wanted it more. And sometimes it kind of is. That's why
Look at
cliches
Wemby
are
getting
true.
on the ground.
Right.
Oh my God. That length, I was like, there's no way he's going to get to that. Oh my God, he got to that ball. He's sitting there diving on the ground, which, whenever your all-star does that, you better step up and show the same amount of energy as what he just did. It was a lot of sloppy turnovers. And like I've always been saying, the passes aren't crisp. We're not like in the beginning, Houston had the crisp passes where they're right in rhythm with the shot.
I'll tell you one pass that was crisp, that De'Aaron Fox bounce pass that set up the reverse jam for Wemby. Wemby's going to get all the highlights for that because the finish was awesome. And he's one of few guys in the league that can do a straight extend that
He's
far
literally
on
looking in the basket.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh, all right.
it still looks so weird. But the way De'Aaron Fox manipulated the defense on that play, the way they're running the fast break, it's a 3-on-2, it's basically a 2-on-1, but he knows he's got Wemby trailing. So he, penetrates, instead of penetrating and dishing for the 3 like Houston was expecting, he stops, waits a half count, which allows Wemby to fill that lane that he knows is coming.
It stops the trail.
And it stops the defense.
Guy.
Exactly. And as soon as he stops that for that half count, it opens up that passing lane for him to lay a perfect bounce pass.
I didn't even know that was a bounce pass. That makes it even more incredible.
It was insane. Like watching that replay as many times as I did, that's the I think the difference in having De'Aaron Fox versus having either Steph Castle or Dylan Harper running that fast break. Like that is the veteran, wily veteran kind of moves that De'Aaron Fox is going to pull.
De'Aaron got hey Gina.
Thank you, Gina.
De'Aaron Fox had that height to kind of slip it in there. Like, Castle's going to rely on his strength, and that's going to be his go-to as Charles Barkley, his superpower. I'm going to get to the hole and just muscle it up there. And if I don't see anything, I can dish it out. But that precise precision pass was almost CP3-ish.
Yeah, it reminded me, now that you say that, you used to see it all the time with CP3 and Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Or DeAndre Jordan.
He just found that little hole and just
and the way the biggest thing that set that play up is the body control and the pace that De'Aaron Fox, like when you as a point guard, when you can manipulate the pace of the game, it's the equivalent. Like De'Aaron Fox is one of the fastest guys in the league. We know this.
Yeah.
But not relying on that speed, and instead of trying to play faster than everybody, manipulating the pace and making everyone else play at your pace. It's something that Luka does really well. It's something that James Harden does really well.
That's what it is, because Luka will go look like he's going fast and he draws a foul.
Exactly. And when you can create that control through manipulating the pace of play, like on that exact play, those are the kinds of things. Those are the kinds of moves that obviously it shows up just as an assist in the box score, but that was.
What about De'Aaron Fox breaking those ankles and then missing the shot?
Yeah, minor detail. Yeah, minor detail.
Dude, he broke old buddies. I don't know if it was Thompson. I don't know who it was, but that dude roller skated onto his ass.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was. It might. And have
everybody
been
in the crowd was like, "Oh!" And then he missed the shot, and they were like, "Ah!" cheering.
That's the other thing. Speaking of the crowd, I will never get tired of hearing MVP chants in the Toyota Center when Wemby's at the free throw line late in the fourth quarter.
I saw some jackals out there.
Yeah, it's an easy drive to make. It's always good to hear the away fan takeover in that arena. Yeah. I think the most important thing, because like any game, kind of like we were talking about on Tuesday night when we were talking about how bad that loss to the Pelicans was over the weekend, you can't get too down on how bad that Pelicans loss was. You can't get too up on how good this Rockets win was.
Yeah.
And that's why, it's one of 82. You didn't allow the disappointment from Sunday against the Pelicans to spill over into this game. You kind of did for a half.
Both teams play hard.
We could have got run out the building with the Pelicans, but we came back, made it a game, and then it snowballed from there. But I got to give it up to Mitch Johnson, man. I think he made moves that...
What?
Yeah, I know, right? He allowed himself to make moves that I have not seen all year. Like, if we went up, and we're still going on a run, I'm like, okay, he's going to sub in Wemby right now. No, he let Wemby sit till the 3rd minute in the 4th quarter. Like I haven't seen that all year unless he was hurt or something like that. But he saw the cohesiveness and the grit, and Keldon Johnson taking over that game with that slam he got, that rebound slam. That brought the roof down, and he's sitting there screaming like it's game 7.
Right as they're right in front of their bench, as they had to call a timeout, they're all slowly walking back to the bench.
Yeah.
No, Keldon was awesome last night. 17 off the bench. I mentioned he had 9 of the 16 during that run in the third quarter that ended up they didn't have a lead in the game till the third quarter.
Yeah.
Till, over halfway.
Was it 3rd, or I thought it was beginning of 4th?
It was 3rd. They got it right there towards the second half.
I was
back
actually,
end
I
of
had
the
to,
third
had to
quarter.
run somewhere, so I'm sitting there watching the game on my phone while driving.
Hey, imagine if you had software that could just drive the car for you.
Then
So
you're
you
not
could-
paying attention to the road like it tells you to.
So you could watch the game as
you think
you're
I'm
being...
going to trust AI? You got the wrong person.
Yeah, it's
like the Eagles fan, LG. Yes, Greg. How is he going to get away with it? I got my ways.
Eagles. What the
He'll
hell
pay.
do Eagles fans?
He's sitting
how
here
does-
putting eagle emojis on here, man.
Well,
We beat you.
everybody's having a little fun tonight. It's a loose one. You have any other thoughts from last night's game before we?
Carry the energy. I mean, obviously, how many games do we have left before the All-Star?
Back to back this weekend. Yeah, still got to be 6, at least 6.
I would love to see. Are we playing any in Austin before then? Because I know it's the rodeo.
Not
2 games in Austin during the rodeo road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
Is that
That's mid-February.
yeah, that's
Mid-February,
not for a couple weeks. Yeah,
Okay. I'd like
that's
to see
after
us
the All-Star break.
I like to see us put on a little run. I like to see us show our dominance going into the All-Star game. And Wemby has already said, I'm playing hard. I hope everybody else plays hard too, because I'm not going to be doing this alley-oop show.
Oh, the world team's going to dominate the All-Star
Yeah.
game. I mean, it's not even.
But that's where, like, you think America wants to get shown up? America?
Okay, I hadn't thought about it that way. Maybe the fact that the world team is going to play.
Yeah. And,
So
and
take
Wemby
it
already
so
called
serious.
him out. Wemby
Yeah.
already called it out and said the All-Star game looks whack. Basically, yeah. So he basically called out all the All-Star games, the LeBron show, and all this is the LeBron and Steph Curry show. He's like, I don't want to see a bunch of threes being jacked and alley-oops with no defense. He's like, I'm going to play hard. So
7 games till the All-Star break.
7 games.
And then the
Any
first
notable?
the first 2 games out of the All-Star break are the Austin games.
Okay. Any notable games before the All-Star break?
Yeah, we play the Thunder again.
For the 8th time?
Thunder for the final time this year. It's here at home, Wednesday, February 4th. So 6 days from now.
LG, give me the credentials for that one. Come on,
That's
man.
I can't help you out there, buddy.
Come
I'm sorry.
on,
You can
buddy.
apply though. You can try to get your own
They
credentials.
they
you know?
have
Yeah.
blocked me. I have to
No,
I do it
they
on
ain't
different
blocked you.
emails.
You gotta email them, let them know what you do, who you are, show them an example of a clip of yours
Yeah, show 'em.
where you're an upstanding, ethical,
Yeah.
FCC abiding journalist.
Show them the
And
clip of you talking about.
they may give you a press pass, or if you're lucky, they'll give you a permanent seat for the entire season.
Oh, a permanency.
Yeah.
Send the clip of you talking about the Ricky Gervais stand up. Or maybe all of the pitchers and
Yeah.
catchers reporting.
Send them any of the
references.
clips that
Yeah.
you've posted
Or
on
my deep-
TikTok or Twitter
Yeah.
lately.
My
Yes.
deep
Yeah.
love for bidets, my big bidet love.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, send them the one where you were talking about just spreading it on the table the other day. Send them that one.
I don't make the decision. They make the decision. Hit up the media relations director.
Can a brother get a hot tub? Come on. Come on.
You might get credentials if
Hey.
you quit talking about smearing shit.
Hey.
You never know.
You never know.
You never
Poo-poo
know.
feces.
You never know.
All you can do is ask.
Or as Michael, do you remember the clip when
Doo-doo,
it was
feces.
it was
There it
this
is.
time last year? I'm gonna have to find this. We're gonna have to play this. The Mike Irvin on his YouTube channel. It was right after the Cowboys had hired Brian Schottenheimer, and he was dealing with I think he had COVID.
Yeah.
He's coming out of or the flu or something. He had been sick, and so he's talking about, I've been sick for 2 weeks. I'm starting to come out of it, and now I get hit with this doo-doo. He's talking about the Schottenheimer getting hired. So in my head, every time I hear someone say that, I just hear Mike Irvin going, doo-doo.
I need that.
Yeah,
I need that drop.
Yeah, I was about to say
Just doo-doo.
to
That's
add
great.
it to the
I need
list.
to add it to my shit category. Oh, sorry, my crap category.
Was it me?
Hey!
What's it mean?
For
Hey,
once.
Safe harbor. There's much worse things that you've done.
Yeah, I was about to say we could just go back to
It's
Tuesday
Safe Harbor.
night.
Hey.
We're not. It's 9/11.
Why
We're
are you
not-
living
we're
in
not-
the past?
We're not quite at
Why-
Safe Harbor yet.
We're not
but-
living in the past.
Only forward.
Okay. Speaking of which, yes, the Spurs are playing on February 4th against the Thunder. And at 10 a.m. that same day at Frostbank Center, the Austin Spurs will be taking on the Legend, who I don't know where the hell they're from.
Texas Legends.
Okay.
That's the Mavs.
Is that
Are
Dallas?
G
you,
League,
are you
yeah.
doing both those games? You doing a
I am,
double?
I am doing a double shift. I am doing
boy.
camera. I'll be doing Jumbotron fan cam at the Austin Spurs game at 10 a.m. And then the Spurs game against the Thunder, I will be doing drone duties.
Speaking of that,
Drone duties. I can't talk about drone duties.
pull up that clip that we didn't play on Tuesday night because I forgot we had all talked about it right before the show and then we all forgot to play it. There was a fan Sunday night
Oh, yes.
that won $10,000. He hit the half court shot.
It was illegal. It's an illegal shot.
So
illegal shot.
I'm
Hold on.
still wondering,
Let the people judge.
like we've seen it in other places where they're like, nope, foot was on the line. We're not paying it out.
I've seen some
Yeah.
of those. Yeah.
This was the fan Sunday night making the half court shot, and see if you can squint closely too and see play a little Where's Waldo here.
A man from half court off the shot clock.
How about that? Use
It
the-
counts.
Use the shot clock to soften up his shot. Even Jordan Poole was impressed.
No out of bounds on that one.
That'll win you a game of horse and
Oh,
10
he's a
grand.
redhead.
A man from half.
Soulless.
So do
That
you
was a
see?
soulless. Yeah, he was underneath the basket. I
Well,
think.
first of all, do you see the man standing at the opposite end of the court at the 3-point line right there, kind of by the
right at your 10 o'clock.
at your 10 o'clock on your screen right now? A man
who wears lifts in his shoes.
a man that looks like he is the most professional, the biggest professional in the
The
building.
man that does not smile.
That is, are you shooting towards, like, are you getting footage of the shot right there?
yeah, I got the
Okay.
wide shot from like behind his back, basically.
Yeah, this is a great angle because you can see.
Court off the shot
My
clock.
angle was great.
I bet.
You should see my angle.
Yeah, I was about
my
to
angle
say.
was really good. Of course, they didn't use it though.
Of course.
It
His angle
counts.
was a downward dog angle.
They got to
See?
use the robo camera, not my angle.
And that's
but
why you're
it's
not
all
getting
good.
credentials.
What?
That
He
right
tied
there.
in with the yoga.
That right
He
there.
literally was shooting downward dog all day.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised that there wasn't even a discussion of like, are we counting that?
Yeah,
Like,
is that
does
out of bounds? Because I
Right.
mean, in a normal
It is. It
NBA
doesn't-
game, that's out of bounds.
It wouldn't count.
No,
Can't hit the
so-
shot clock.
dead ball?
Yeah,
Dead ball.
Shot doesn't count.
I mean, Good for him, though.
Yeah, no,
Now,
great
what
for
if
him.
you're- what if you're the
no,
company
good for
who's-
USAA for
There.
honoring that.
I was wondering.
honestly.
I was like, who was it? I was like, okay, USA can afford it.
Of
But
all
what if it
things,
was-
good for USAA.
If it was like
for
mom
doing
and
that.
mom and pop AC
Right.
company, I'd been like, that shot's no good.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mom and pop ain't gonna do $10,000 shots.
When we signed this deal, y'all told us there wouldn't be anybody. You told me y'all were gonna pick the worst looking people in the crowd.
You told me we were gonna use the carnival rims that are like
Yeah.
crooked and smaller.
Exactly.
it's the bigger ball. It doesn't fit.
Well, do you
You're gonna
remember-
pump up the ball a little bit higher?
Do you remember that poor dude they ran out there last year? Or maybe it was a couple years ago. Andy was a service member and he's in his
Who was a former professional basketball player, and that's why they wanted to take his money away. Is that the guy you're talking about?
the guy I remember didn't look like he had ever touched a
Oh, okay,
basketball
okay.
in his life. No, I'm talking about the guy that they threw out
Why?
there.
Because he was fat.
No, he was in shit. Like he was obviously an active duty,
Oh, okay.
military guy. He didn't even make a single layup, and the shots were like,
Oh,
yeah, because it starts. It's what layup, free throw, 3-pointer, half court.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was like throwing the ball over the backboard on layups. Like couldn't.
That would be me. I'd be so nervous. I'm be like,
well, it's like
Yeah.
the dude who tried to dunk the other day on the trampoline.
Oh,
and
yeah,
just face planted.
the Atlanta Hawks. That's a good bit. That's a
Not
good
bad,
bit.
but
Yeah.
there's got to be a waiver in there somewhere.
Oh, of course. I mean that.
if you break your nose on the rim,
exactly.
or court,
Trampoline involved. That's waiver.
If you
That's waiver
if
territory.
you blow your ACL out just jumping on that trampoline
Have
at that
you
size,
seen people's knees
Yes.
like blow out? Like
Yes.
they just go.
No, yeah, good on USAA
Yeah.
for paying that out. Good on
Good for you, anteing up, and as our rates go up.
And good for that dude for nailing
Yeah,
the shot.
good
man.
for the fan.
I honestly don't know how much notice you get before you know you're going to take that shot. But how do you get a chance to practice, or is that just
I
like
don't
your
think
first
so.
shot ever? Like,
I think so I had a friend who did that kind of work, would sit there and the people who are going to win the prizes or do the games and stuff like that, they tell them before the game. They're like, hey,
I think it's
picked you
day
up.
of. It's
Yeah,
day
it's day
of.
of.
It's day of.
So they come at you like at the first quarter, like the beginning of the first quarter. If you're in your seat, they pick you, but
So you don't get to take a practice shot.
I don't think
whatsoever.
so.
no practice. Do you think USA is going to let them take a practice shot?
Yeah, but
Again,
I'm saying, well, of course, if you know you have the chance to take that shot, you're gonna practice all day and night.
That's
Are,
what
are
I
we
mean,
talking
I hope.
King of the Hill, Roger Staubach? See, I practiced that throw in my jacket. I built a whole Alamo beer cutout, and that's the reason why I didn't take the jacket off, Hank.
it does make me wonder how many fans out there right now regularly practice half court shots just with the
We
like
all do.
The hope.
with the hope of being selected. Yeah,
When
exactly.
we go out on the basketball court, I put up a half court.
Oh, for sure.
It's air ball all day, but
But
you
I'm
know,
doing
whatever.
it. Yeah, exactly. I'm not doing it with the idea that it's ever going to be a benefit to
One
me,
day.
or that it's ever going to come back and
See,
put $10,000 in
if
my
they,
pocket.
if they do that bozo thing with the 6 cans, I've been practicing my beer pong for a long time.
Now that,
I'm winning.
They don't do that the Spurs game.
yeah, not so much. They throw French fries into.
Yeah, we got the Whataburger. Yeah,
Yeah,
the build. We got the build the burger where you got to build the
Oh, yeah,
the
you run.
burgers up. You got to
Yeah.
catch. We got to catch the beach ball. You got to catch it. It falls out of the rafters.
Oh,
and
man.
then you got to throw it in the basket. There's a big giant basket in the middle.
That would like screw up my equilibrium catching that beach ball. I'd be like sitting there and I just fall on my
It
ass.
messes you up because
So-
they whiffle through the air. They don't just fall straight.
It's a knuckle ball.
Yeah.
It's a straight knuckle
It's like,
ball.
oh yeah,
coming
yeah,
down.
exactly.
That
That's
reminds
exactly
me
what it is.
of you remember the one game they used to have on MXC
Oh yeah.
where the person's standing at the end of it and they're like trying to
See, I
catch
was
the
trying
ball
to
falling.
when you're talking about the Gong Show, and I'm like, nothing was better than the MXC
No,
and the announcers.
what extreme elimination challenge?
Yeah,
Like it was so great. Well, in the original, it's what's it called? Something Castle. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
original Japanese show
It's like Dragon Castle.
that they're
or something, yeah.
it's because they're it's Americans dubbing over it. No, that show
Mystery
was
Science Theater 3000.
yeah another classic.
Classic.
No, let's get into a broader. This is kind of going to be Spurs notes and the main Seggy because we did yesterday on the radio show. with the news of Jeremy Sohan being allowed to seek a trade partner, I went through and put all of the Spurs assets, players, and picks, future picks included, put them all into 5 tiers of where I think each of their value slots in as you think about the Spurs potentially, making a move at this trade deadline.
Are these tiers numbered, or is it like
we got 1 through 5.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 1 through 5. So
really bailing this one in, huh?
we know super informative. Like, okay, right now, what pick do the Spurs own in 2031? 5 years from now?
Charlotte.
No.
I know the 2031. Detroit. It's
We
West
play
Coast,
them. We play them in Austin right after the All-Star break.
West Coast or East Coast?
West.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Negative.
Oh,
That's 2030, and that could either be Mavs or T-Wolves, depending on light the beam, baby.
Oh, Sac. Yeah. All right.
So the Spurs have a pick swap with the Sacramento Kings, who were terrible 5 years ago, are terrible now, and are going to be terrible again 5 years from now. So the Spurs have some really good assets that you might, if you know, you might have forgotten. If you don't know, I've got them all lined up. So the pathways here, the thing that got me thinking about it is, obviously, if the Spurs wanted to get into the Giannis sweepstakes, they have the assets to do it.
They've already said they don't.
But they're not going to. The teams that have the assets, San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Atlanta, Miami, none of those teams have outwardly showed interest that they are in the sweepstakes. Minnesota and Golden State are saying they want.
So that's what.
But they don't have the assets.
Miami, Minnesota, and Golden State are the ones that want him.
I think Miami is the one that is eventually going to make the most sense. But I say all of that because if the Spurs wanted to go after Giannis, they have the pieces. If they wanted to pay the Pelicans price for Trey Murphy, they have the pieces. If they want to package Sohan and Kelly Olynyk for a guy that makes in the mid-20s, so like a fringe all-star type of talent, they have the pieces to do that. Or if all they want to do is give Sohan a new home and maybe get one piece out of that.
More draft capital.
Exactly. And that's highly likely.
Yeah.
Or
a conditional first-round pick.
The other thing, Giannis, I still think it's most likely Giannis gets traded in the offseason and not before the trade deadline next week.
Yeah.
But if he does, it looks like whoever wins the sweepstakes is going to have to include a third team in the trade to make it work. So now the Spurs are perfectly primed to be a third team in a trade like that, where that is the scenario where I think it would be. Give us some more future draft capital. We're not going to make our big move this year. Or give us a veteran expiring contract guy that can just fill a role off the bench, like a shooter or a backup power forward. So all of that got me thinking, what would it take to do each of those, and where are these assets ranked value-wise on the roster? The tier one doesn't need to be. It's Wemby. It's Wemby alone. That's it. That's the end of that conversation. There's nothing else.
That's like superstar status.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. But in terms of, there's no trade in the world where he is involved, obviously. So there's no reason to talk about it further.
Castle's in there. He's not getting traded.
No.
Harper's not getting traded.
Hear me out. Castle and Harper are not in the same tier as Wemby. That's not what I'm saying here.
For you being franchise GM mode guy and stuff, they're on second year in a rookie contract.
And if
you're not going to trade them because you can sit there and pay someone else
to
win, just like this is like football. I'm kind of thinking of it like football. They are untouchable. They're untouchable.
Which is why the two players in tier 2 are Steph Castle and Dylan Harper, along with that 2031 Kings swap that we were talking about a second ago.
Tier 2?
1,000%. Yeah, I think out of all of their future first round draft, because
you got to give us something really good for that.
So the reason the 3 of those are in that tier together, it would take 2 of those 3 to make a Giannis trade. That's what Milwaukee wants. The Spurs aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they are, but I'm saying the Spurs have told us Castle and Harper are untouchable, as you were saying.
Yeah.
The Bucks have said we want young superstar potential and we want good, great future draft pick value.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're in that tier 2, because that tells us the definition of what it would take right now to get one of the 5 best players in the league would be 2 of these 3 items, either Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, and the 2031 Kings
still put him
swap.
as one of the 5. I got him like
Giannis?
10.
No, Giannis. I would.
Luka,
There's no way.
You got Luka.
You think Luka's better than Giannis?
Yeah.
Okay, 1.
Is that debatable?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Giannis has.
Wemby?
Giannis has multiple MVPs. Giannis has an NBA
We're
championship.
not talking about past. We're talking about right now.
Right, and Giannis is 31 years old right now. He's still
injured.
Sure,
Yes.
but do you realize Luka missed half a season last? The reason the Mavs traded Luka was
we're
because
talking
of his,
about right now.
Right.
Right
okay,
now.
well then right now
Not past accomplishments, because we can go LeBron James.
Luka rolled, but that's
No.
That's LeBron.
Curry.
LeBron is 40, and Giannis is better than Steph Curry. Luka's better than Steph Curry right now. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But LeBron James is 41 years old. That's not what I'm saying.
38.
We could part. I mean, Jokic. The ones I would 1,000% say are better than Giannis right now. Jokic.
Jalen.
No.
Jalen Brown out of Seattle? I mean, that's Seattle.
Out of Boston and the Celtics. No. Jalen Brown is not a better basketball player than Giannis Antetokounmpo
He's
right now.
literally taking that team to number 2 in the East.
Great. Congratulations.
Without Tatum.
That's spectacular. Giannis is a better basketball player. Giannis means more to winning.
Giannis gave you a reach around or something. I don't know what happened.
I'm sorry. I like multiple time All-Stars. I like champions that lead their team as the A1 superstar. I like big men who can affect games on the defensive side just as much as the offensive.
All right.
Giannis is top 5 in the league.
All right.
So I put all 3 of those together because to get if to get Jaylen Brown, if you want Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, you're giving up Steph Castle and that Kings pick swap as the foundation of that deal.
And I'd take that over Giannis any day.
Well, I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking that, but you get what I'm saying now. This tier is what it would take to get a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah.
To even get that other team to pick up the phone to have the conversation.
Okay. All right. So I see your tier 2.
Right. Tier 3. Now we're getting into the guys that you're not forming a trade for a superstar around them, but still have incredible good value to build a bigger deal with. Okay. You get what I'm saying? So where Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, and that Kings pick swap, you would need only 2 of those to be the foundation. This level, you would pretty much need it all.
Yeah.
And to even be in the conversation.
That should be like a 4 or 5 for 1.
Exactly. Okay. So this is where De'Aaron Fox shows up. And it's not as much about the player De'Aaron Fox. It's about the age, 28. It's about the money. He's got this year, plus then the 4-year extension kicks in. The final year of that extension, 5 years from now, 4.5 years from now, when he is 32 going on 33 years old, is over $60 million in that final year.
Yeah.
So just the idea of De'Aaron Fox 4 years from now, 4.5 years from now, making over $60 million in his early 30s.
You better get back to that 2 years ago, De'Aaron Fox.
And that's why
making threes at like a 45% clip.
like he's a better basketball player right now than Castle and Harper, but his value is lower than both of them. So that's why I have him.
He's a more polished basketball player. Like right now with his shooting woes, I would think Castle's a little bit better than them. But he's polished.
You could debate
like
it.
that pass.
Castle,
that was a polished pass.
You could debate it because if Castle consistently plays defense like he did in the second half last night, then yeah,
that's where I'm going with the defense. He's a
right
two-way
there
player.
he's right there with Fox. But Fox is also a nice quick hand steals guy too.
Yeah, transition.
But doesn't have the physical attributes to be as much of a disruptive defender as Castle does.
Yeah.
So I have Fox leading this tier for those reasons. Only other player I have on this tier on that better than role player potential basically. And this one, it might be a little prisoner of the moment because he has been so consistent lately. Didn't shoot a whole lot last night, though. But it's also because the Spurs are only paying him $3 million this year and $3 million next year.
Mr. Pennyworth.
Mr. Pennyworth. Julian Champagnie, only 24 years old.
Yeah.
You have him under team control for $3 million next year. If he continues,
seems like he's going to get in that sweet spot between 15 and 20 million, like long-term deal.
I think if he was a free agent on the market this year, 19 million would be the base. But if you could get a bidding war, I could see some team like a desperate team like Charlotte or
they just need to spend money.
Memphis. Yeah, I could see them throwing 21 to 23 million his way. And again, it might be prisoner of the moment because if we all of a sudden stop seeing the consistency we've seen over the last month and a half, his value drops back, significantly.
And that's the only person you have in tier
three. The picks I have, the pick swap with the Hawks this year.
Okay.
It's not looking as good as we thought it would be.
Start losing some games,
They're
man.
a couple games under 500, sitting in the final play-in spot in the East. They trade Trae Young, which might actually make them a better team.
Exactly.
And
they beat the Celtics yesterday.
Worst case scenario is if they trade for Giannis, because Giannis only has 2 more years left on his deal this year, next year. But the problem for the Spurs, if the Hawks make that trade, they're risking that Giannis doesn't re-sign with them. But the Spurs have the pick swap with the Hawks this year, and then they own the Hawks' unprotected pick next year.
Yeah.
So if Giannis is on that roster starting next week, both of those picks fall in value. But as we currently sit right now,
I can't believe we got that many picks for old buddy.
Brian Wright's been cooking the last couple of years.
Was the point guard? What was his name?
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray. We got that many picks for DeJounte.
And then they had to turn around and try to recoup some of what they gave up by sending him to New Orleans.
Yeah.
That whole like going back and thinking about that trade and how much it set things up for.
That was a trade rate.
Yeah, big time. That's why you're not getting credentials.
God.
The other pick I have on this tier, the 2030 pick swap with the Mavs. And I think the Mavs are about to do a full-blown tear down and rebuild around Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg's really, really good. And 4 years from now, I think, obviously Kyrie, Anthony Davis, those big money veterans will be off the books. I'll be interested. That pick is based on the Mavs actually doing a decent job of building around Cooper Flagg. Because if they fail, if they don't do it, that value shoots up, even though they have Cooper Flagg.
2028?
2030.
2030.
So 4 years from now.
Man, that's I could see them totally just like trade Anthony Davis just for some first round picks.
And that's what I kind of
what I'm
expect
saying?
to see in the offseason. I think Anthony Davis stays past the deadline. But I think in the offseason, you probably see them try to get as many picks as they can out of Anthony Davis, Kyrie, maybe even Daniel
What would you
Gafford.
think?
Najee Marshall might be traded before next week. That might be a guy who ends up in San Antonio.
Would we have to take on Anthony Davis's? How many years does he have left on his contract?
3 more after this
so
year.
we would have to take on his contract.
Maybe it's
'cause
only 2 more after this.
Because I'm
I think
thinking,
it's 2
like,
more.
what if we got Anthony Davis just to take some of the pressure, need that big body underneath, and let Wemby not get beat up as much like we saw yesterday? Because
if Anthony
that's
Davis
going to be every freaking game in the playoff.
If Anthony Davis played in that game last night against Houston, he'd be out for the next 8 months. The physical style,
He's the NBA champion, bro. Even though it was the bubble,
he's a bum.
he's a bum.
When it comes to
the look, the intensity in your eyes right now, he's a bum. I don't want to talk about it. He's a bum.
ever since he wore the Looney Tunes shirt, that's all, folks, when he was on the New Orleans Pelicans, when he demands a trade, and then he shows up to the game that night and that's all. Like,
That's some Tom pettiness.
yeah, and, Anthony Davis is ruining my grandma's sports experience right now, as she's still holding on to the Mavs' hopes. Yeah, no, Anthony Davis can't
It's
get
ruined
enough
her. It's ruined
slander.
her chance to get you back to be a Mavericks fan again.
No, that ship is.
Just remember, he was a Maverick fan.
Just remember, I grew up
He
there.
loved Luka.
Just remember, I've lived here now for almost as many years as I lived in a Mavericks
And that's
market.
the only thing that matters if you're rooting for a team. You have to have been from there or lived there. Yeah, no, see, it's
Like-
heavy sarcasm.
Like San Fran and New York.
Heavy sarcasm.
Tier 4. These are guys that aren't going to be moved this week. Not saying that.
Yeah.
But when they do make whatever that big move is, some of these names are going to be included.
Yeah.
Because, the young guys, Castle and Harper, they've made clear are untouchable. These names, a lot more likely to be floated over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. Also because of
Don't say my man, dude.
Also because of their contracts, because of the money attached to these. First one in Tier 4, Devin Vassell.
We'd have to get a shooter. We'd have to get a solid shooter.
Again, this is if you were over the next 3 years, if you're looking at the Spurs' next big trade, Devin Vassell's $27 million. That's a nice building block. It's a good player, still fairly young. I think he is more likely. Also, as you have to give money to Steph Castle and Dylan Harper, while De'Aaron Fox's contract extension kicks in, you're going to hit a point where you can't pay a guy coming off your bench $27 million.
Yeah.
The other reason I think he is the most likely to be traded out of this tier over the next few years, Keldon feels like he has solidified his emotional importance to this team.
He's the heart and soul of the Spurs. They're really pushing it. But if he keeps coming off the bench, if he comes off the bench like that, who was the heart and soul for the Spurs during a lot of our runs?
He's tied with Manu, of course.
Exactly. Manu came off the bench and gave us that energy, and he actually played the final, the final minutes. He was in there being that big body.
The Keldon is on $17 million this year and another year after this. Yeah. It feels like he is going to be your de facto 6 man for the course of this run, of the course
and
of this era.
And we'll give him $20 million a year.
Exactly. It won't take. He's not going to break the bank. Yeah. You're going to be able to have that kind of value contract coming off the bench as your 6 man.
And that's your Jamal Crawford. That's your,
whoever you want to use.
The
Lou
AI.
Williams.
Not Allen Iverson, but for the Golden State.
Yeah, Iggy. Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
So those are your two veterans in this tier, Vassell, Keldon. I think Keldon's here for the long run. I think Vassell is going to end up having to be just a numbers casualty, a number crunch, a salary crunch.
He's a cap trade.
The other player, two more players in this tier, Carter Bryant.
Oh,
It's not, again, we just got the word he's going to be in the slam dunk contest at All-Star Weekend. That came out earlier today. Yep.
Whoa.
Carter Bryant is
And Castle's not going to go back?
not doing it again.
I think he's bitter.
He probably should be.
He's like, I should have won that.
Carter Bryant is obviously not untouchable like Castle or Harper are. His value, his potential is still fairly unknown in the grand scheme of what he looks like in
It's just
3
hard
years.
to get him minutes.
Right. And with the trade of Sohan, who we're going to talk about here in a minute, I would expect to see him play a lot more of those backup power forward minutes along with Champagnie, depending on what they get in a return or if they get anybody else to fill that role. But Carter Bryant in a deal 2 years from now, a year from now, maybe even this offseason, if you're pairing Devin Vassell and Carter Bryant, you're still getting a pretty good return. You're getting something good
Yeah.
in return for that package. But it's also, those are two of the more expendable pieces that hold value on the roster. Does that make you get what I'm saying? So like they have value, but they're not unquestionably part of the foundation for the next 5 years.
I see Vassell totally because of the cap. And Carter Bryant, I can see his value because of the unknown, the superior defense. Obviously, he can jump out the gym. You know, if you polish him up, becomes a nice, spot up shooter with the ability to slash and get to the basket.
No, the tools are there. You
Yeah.
can see the potential.
Yeah.
But if the Spurs,
But if we can get somebody that is polished and already there.
so perfect example, Trey
Sure.
Murphy. Trey Murphy for New Orleans. The Spurs, we know they're interested. We know New Orleans has set the price really high. New Orleans wants one of Steph Castle and Dylan Harper in any deal. That's an instant hang up. That's a
see ya.
no go there. If the Pelicans all of a sudden said, you know what, instead of getting Castle or Harper in this deal, we'll take Carter Bryant, but now we want another one of your first round draft picks. Instead of 3 first round draft picks, we want 4 now. I think that's a move the Spurs do.
Yeah.
I think the Spurs say, we love you, Carter, but we've convinced New Orleans you have enough value to make this trade, and we're going to pull the trigger.
So Trey Harris?
Trey Murphy?
Trey Murphy. How old is he?
What is he now? 25, 26?
Oh, so he's still young.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we can lock him down on another 20, maybe 25 mil a year contract.
He's going to be higher than that money-wise.
Oh,
Yeah, he's 25 still.
so that seems like it doesn't seem like a long-term piece in my mind
Why not?
because we got to pay Wemby the max.
Sure. There's one of your max slots.
We are already paying Fox.
Right.
We're going to have to pay Castle close to the max.
Or you'll end up maxing Castle.
Yeah.
It looks like.
And then in 4 years, we're going to have to pay Harper
Right.
close to the max or max.
But for the next 3 years,
Yeah.
as you have De'Aaron Fox in his late 20s, you already know
You can put him as like a moving piece.
well, you already know the countdown is on unless this team wins multiple championships over the next 5 years with De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
He's the obvious cap casualty when you have to start giving those out. But right now, the best example of this is like Oklahoma City did. So 2 years before they win the championship, or a year before, they make the Alex Caruso trade.
Mm-hmm.
And that's less money, not the same financial investment as De'Aaron Fox, but they commit that money to him. Basically, for them, Caruso and Lou Dort combined is De'Aaron Fox money.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're 2 for 1, but it's same kind of money for sake of the exercise here. So, but then the next year, they go out and in free agency throw a huge deal to Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah.
So now they know they have at least a 3-year window where they have SGA, Chet, and J-Dub all on maxes. Then they have Caruso, Lou Dort, and Hartenstein on big deals.
Yeah.
So that's 6 players that are on big money. You know you're going to have to break it up. But for the next 3 years, they maximized their opportunity to win championships. That would be what Trey Murphy does for the Spurs, where for 4 years,
Yeah.
you could have Wemby, Castle, Harper, Fox, Trey Murphy. So that's 5 instead of 6, like Oklahoma City does, all on big money. And as you start having to pay Castle and Harper, whatever he develops into value-wise, contract-wise, you're offloading De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
And then Trey Murphy's only 25, plays a wing position that you can slot in next to Steph Castle and allow Castle to slide in to replace Fox. Like, that's an idea I like a lot, but one, I don't think New Orleans is going to lower the asking price because they know what they have value-wise. But if the Spurs can convince them that Vassell and Carter Bryant and a lot of picks are the base of a deal, and that gets any kind of traction, that's the deal I would hope they push hard to complete.
That'd be preferable.
The other player on this tier, Luke Cornett, just because such a great value contract, it decreases over the length of the contract. So it's $11 million this year, but it ends in the final year. 4 years from now at $9.5 million. The only reason he's not in that tier 3, if he was 25, he'd be in tier 3. He's 30 years old already.
30 years old.
So,
and here's final thought on it. Championships tend to make players take sweetheart deals.
Or the opposite. It tends to make everyone think it's their time to get paid. I took less, won a championship, now pay me or I'm going somewhere else.
In the Spurs culture, how many players did that?
Oh, no. Spurs are the exception to that.
Exactly. In the Spurs culture, it's, hey, we can run this back again.
But this isn't Pop. This isn't Timmy. We'll see.
Pop's still there.
I know, but it's Mitch Johnson.
Wemby, if there's one superstar that has that mentality of a Timmy, it's Wemby.
Let's see what mentality Dylan Harper has in 5 years when it's contract time. 4 years. Let's see what mentality Steph Castle has 3 years from now when it's contract time. None of those guys are taking discounts.
Harper, Steph Castle's gonna get the max, but Harper, it's the Bryants. That's why I want to keep him around. It's the whatchamacallit, Keldon, he's going to take sweetheart deal.
I think that's one that I could absolutely see.
Yeah.
And
Champagny, I can see him doing a sweetheart deal.
That's another one. He's an interesting one, though, because he hasn't, out of all of those guys you listed, he has never received a payday of over $3 million.
Yeah.
So if all of a sudden he sees on the open market his value is $20 million, but the Spurs are like, hey, Keldon took $17 million. I'd like to see what decision he makes then.
The players want to play with the best.
1,000%.
And look how LeBron got it. Even back when we got David West on the veterans minimum, when he could have easily got 15 from anywhere else. He wanted to win a championship.
Not at that point in his career.
Right. I mean, maybe 12. But he came over here with the veterans minimum $1 million because he wanted to win a championship. And with Wemby in our core, we're going to get people who want to win a championship. And I don't think these young players are going to take their hey, we can do this for a while, and then I'll take my payday in 7 years.
But that's not how how the league works, though, because you're not getting that payday 7 years from now.
And I remember somebody telling me the Spurs aren't going to be as good as they were in the beginning of this year. You better start. I'm a psychic.
Okay. So how much is Champagny going to make on his next deal?
I think he'll take 15.
That's insane. So
good.
The rest of tier 4, the picks that they own, that are their own, 2029, 2032, little value because you expect them to be really good for the next 5-7 years. And then they have a pick swap with the Celtics in 2028. But we've seen, even without Jason Tatum, the Celtics have basically the same record as the Spurs do right now. So Celtics aren't going anywhere. That pick swap is also top 1 protected. Yeah. So if somehow the Celtics were to be a lottery team and got the number 1 pick, they would keep that.
Does everybody get in the lottery, or does it?
No, just the teams that miss the playoffs.
Even the play-ins?
No, play-in teams that end up losing in the play-in
get in the lottery.
Go into the. Those are your last teams.
I'm just thinking about the Hawks right now. I'm like, don't do me like this, Hawks.
No, we need the Hawks not to make it out of the play-in, so at least the ping pong balls have a chance. And then lastly, tier 5. This is your tier of expiring and Jeremy Sohan.
Yeah.
So we know Sohan is available to any team that wants him.
Barnes.
We've heard the rumors of Kelly Olynyk being attached to any kind of deal to make that salary bigger. And then, Harrison.
We just keep on trying to give Olynyk away. We're like, come on.
Harrison Barnes, as you said, on the $19 million expiring deal. So all of that being said, obviously, tier 1, there's no deal in the world that Wemby gets included in. Tier 2 is your tier that other teams are going to want something from if you want a superstar like a Giannis.
But we don't need it.
But we don't. Spurs have made clear that's not their intention. Tier 3 is where any realistic deals they make,
someone's got to be included from that.
Or some of those picks have to be included. And then tier 4 are your role players that are going to be filler in future deals over the next 3 years. Your Vassell and potentially, Carter Bryant.
They're not going to give up a lot knowing that we're going to have to dump them anyway.
Right. So, I had fun putting that together because thinking about all of the potential pathways the Spurs have over the next 5 years with all of those assets they have and how they could do, like we were talking about back during the summer. They could have done the Giannis
like
trade.
Gymnastics
They could have
right now.
Exactly. It's fun. It's the transactional side of sports. Quickly on Giannis, the 2 just worst case scenarios. Atlanta, that's worst case that's second to worst case because that would mess with the value of the picks the Spurs have this year and next year. Worst case, Isaiah Hartenstein, Lou Dort, Cason Wallace.
I thought it was going to be Houston.
And a bunch of their future picks.
Yeah. I don't want it was Houston and Oklahoma City. I don't think Oklahoma City won. I think they're too much on we got a core going.
Yeah, I do too.
So
and I
don't
think they're going to
give up anybody but I think Houston right now is we went all in with KD. We got to win now.
See, and that one, I would rather him go to Houston than go to Atlanta and mess with the value of those picks because I still think.
Oh yeah, I don't want him to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's where Houston is probably third on that list. OKC worst case scenario, Atlanta second worst case, Houston third.
I'd flip Atlanta and Houston.
It's flip Atlanta and Houston.
Yeah.
Word. LG, we're coming. We've managed to go an hour 20. We're coming up on 10 o'clock. Let's do some lightning round before we get out of here. On this day, 30 years ago yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys made their last Super Bowl appearance.
How about them Cowboys?
Do I have to bring up Brock Purdy? I'm going to bring up Brock Purdy.
It wasn't Jimmy Johnson. That was Barry Switzer in 96. The last time
OU scum.
The last time the Cowboys not only made a conference championship game or made a Super Bowl, but also made it to a conference championship game. There were, looking back at the time, that was the first Super Bowl ever held in Phoenix, which now we've seen multiple. It was the second most watched broadcast in American television history. The MASH finale always is number one in that. It was Jack Buck, Joe Buck's dad. It was his last NFL broadcast ever. It was the last NFL game he ever broadcast. He was the CBS radio announcer on the call. And it's been 30 effing years.
Yeah.
30 effing years. That was Super Bowl XXX.
You haven't even been to a championship
Super Bowl
game.
30. And now we're going to have Super Bowl 60.
4 playoff wins in 30 years.
Super Bowl 60 is a week away, 10 days away. And the Cowboys haven't even come close to sniffing another Super Bowl.
They just sniffing their own farts.
Okay.
Hit me, LG.
Okay.
Well, yesterday I found out in a new study that tacos El Pastor are actually healthier than granola bars.
What? This is great news.
This is great news. I had me a Pastor taco yesterday, being like, it is healthier than a granola bar.
Tell all those yogis that LG was filming her living off their granola and flaxseed.
Get your street tacos ready. You are eating healthy.
Okay, time out. Is this like one of those? First of all,
It's probably one of those high fructose, like crappy granola bars.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
First of all, I love the idea. Like you started this by saying, I was reading a report yesterday.
Yeah, I was reading a report.
So this reminds me a lot of the, like, is this a tobacco company doing a report? They're like, cancer is caused by so many other things. It's not us.
Acetaminophen.
Yeah, it's not our product that's giving people lung cancer. It's everything else they're doing.
This is creating autism, man.
Yeah, I'd like to know the source of the report.
From the study from the FDA.
Yeah, it's Big Pork running the study.
I said FBA, but you know.
Hit me, LG. Earlier tonight, one of my childhood heroes, one of my sports leaders, one of the greatest players to ever play his sport, he was officially passed for the most all-time NHL points by an American-born player.
Old-time hockey?
Indeed. Mike Modano is no longer the greatest American-born scorer in NHL history. Patrick Kane passed him earlier tonight. Patrick Kane now playing for the Red Wings, longtime Chicago Blackhawk. He is now the highest scoring American-born player in NHL history.
Old PK himself.
Old PK himself. Yeah, pour one out for Mike Modano in the record book. It was a good run.
Yeah, always a virgin. Hit me, LG.
Oh, hockey players get down
Yeah.
in numbers.
So, if you thought he couldn't get cooler, he does. The one and only George Kittle, and with his fellow brethren,
Hit me, LG.
with his fellow brethren, TJ Hawkinson and Hall of Famer Jared Allen, are starting to put together a new professional curling league.
Oh, I am in on this.
Yeah, coming up. They have formed a team. Bob Steiner on how Rock League plans to use star power and Olympic momentum to push the curling to masses. I always watch the curling. It's one of my favorite.
You know, we're
the
getting
sweeping, the sweeping, the strategy, the bumping.
We're 2 weeks away.
I'm
Winter
all in.
Olympics.
I'm all in on that curling.
Also 2 weeks away from Olympic hockey too.
George
for that
Kittle,
matter.
you're doing God's work, sir.
No, I support that. That's a good bit. That's a real good bit. It fits his personality well
Yeah.
too. That's a good match.
Yeah, the whole article. If you can find it, read the article because they're like, we're athletic, sweeping and not have to do this, but it has the strategy behind it. They're really into it. Like,
Oh, it's intense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like bowling. You can go and just throw the ball and drink beer.
and I love all the different languages.
Or you can take it
because you can like
serious.
Stein, Stein.
Yeah, there's a lot of times when I'll fall asleep watching curling late, and then I wake up because it's some German like that yelling at me like, "What the hell am I watching?" Oh, it's the Olympic curling. Okay,
PTSD.
big time. All right, hit me, LG. We'll close it down with this. So,
Oh, we're not gonna close with my video, huh?
do you actually think it's playable?
LG, did I redeem myself?
Possibly.
We'll see after yours.
Okay.
We'll see after yours.
You can close it. So what I want to start doing every now and then is do just sports on this day.
Okay.
Like a history, sports, history of stuff that happened. 1900,
God.
the American League was organized. Buffalo, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis. Your American League baseball division.
No Boston?
No Boston, 1900.
Wow.
The first winter, speaking of Winter Olympics, the first Winter Olympics were taking place right now. The Swiss team was winning gold in military patrol. And this is 1924. And a bunch of
Their defense had holes all in it.
Bavarians.
In it. Swiss cheese.
Oh, that's a stretch, but I was going more for the impending geopolitical. And we're giving out military patrol gold to a country that decided, we're good. We're not going to involve ourselves in this.
Was that Switzerland? Oh, yeah.
That's Switzerland, yeah.
Right.
1936, your first baseball Hall of Fame class. How many can you name?
1936.
1936,
Babe
the
Ruth.
first class. Babe Ruth, of course.
What's the?
I put you on the spot.
What's the pitcher?
Yep, you're right. Most wins ever.
Yeah. Ty Cobb. No,
Long time. Ty Cobb's in it.
Ty Cobb.
Yep.
But that's not a pitcher.
That's not who you're thinking of. A long time. He has. He was a long time Washington senator back in the
team's
day.
Not going to help me. What does it rhyme with?
First name Walter.
Walter Sobchak.
Walter Sochi. I knew you were going to say that. Walter Johnson.
Walter Johnson.
There's your
Okay,
third.
all right.
The other one that's really easy to remember, Honus Wagner.
Honus Wagner. Okay.
And then Christy Mathewson. Mathewson is the very last one. Christy Mathewson
Know
was.
that one.
See, that's the one I thought potentially
Good stuff.
might trip you up. I had there was one more on the list here. It's
I'm gonna go 2.5. I got 2.5 on that one.
on oh yeah, I'll give you 2.5. I'll give you half for Walter. The 1963, Jim Thorpe elected to the Football Hall of Fame.
Yep.
The 1964 in Louisiana. This was the score of a high school basketball game in 1964 in Louisiana. You want to take a guess on how ridiculous it is?
165-2.
So the opposing team scored 29.
Oh, all right.
Not bad.
Solid effort.
Yep.
Solid.
The winning team scored 211.
Was that Wilt Chamberlain's high school team?
No, I should dig in and see if there's anybody.
Someone was very
specifically.
tall. Someone was very tall there because they just said throw it down low.
Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like
64. There was no 3-pointers.
no. That's just
It was
nothing
all,
but
it was all 2-pointers.
baskets and free throws. That's
Yes.
all that is.
Did they do a hack-a-shack or something? Or?
1982,
This isn't working. They got 200 points.
they were just running the press all night, running a 3/4 court trapping press. 1982, baseball's first millionaire free agent. You'll never guess who it is. Wayne Garland.
Yeah.
He was he had just signed the first $1 million deal as a free agent in baseball history. He was cut by the Indians.
And everybody was freaking out. How can you pay a baseball player $1 million?
So you know how everyone complains about the NBA All-Star game
Yeah.
every single year? The first one was held in 1984 on this day.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Thomas was your MVP.
Nice.
The final score,
Bad boy.
because you know they used to play defense and give a damn and actually care about the game. Back in my day, it was a better league, right?
62 to 63.
154 to 145.
So it's always been a joke.
So it's always been a joke, and it's just something that you can yell at the youngins about if you don't like how it's always been. Yeah, I think we're going to start doing this every now and then
like
because
that.
there's some fun one. Let's end it.
All right.
Hit me, LG. Let's see how this goes. Oh,
LG.
God, I'm preparing.
Let me redeem myself because he said earlier that he loves all sports.
Indeed.
And we're about to see the Michael Jordan of ping pong. Look at this man. Snake. I've never seen a snake where he's put so much spin.
Okay, this guy.
Look at him get height. Look at that. He launches it in the air.
This is like watching the.
Look at that.
This is like
that's a full arm swing. He launches in the air, gets it spinning so much.
this is like watching the professor on those and one
Yeah.
mixtapes.
This guy, he's getting so much kitty. I don't even know.
No, he's not.
Dude.
He's playing with his own pud every
I
night.
just love the ping pong.
Yeah, well.
If we show the German video I have,
No, we're
Look
not.
at
We're not showing the German ping pong video you tried to get cleared by our compliance
look
department.
at this guy's just. Oh, the nastiness.
Okay.
The nastiness of that.
That last one was ridiculous.
All right,
that last one was ridiculous.
Just the walk by.
All right, so like you gave yourself 2.5 on the Hall of Fame inaugural class, I'd say you're 2.5 for 3 now.
Oh, I'm batting 800.
2.5 for 3. That's pretty solid,
That's
though.
a solid one.
That's pretty solid. LG, play the music. Let's get out of here. Cap, tell the good people how to get a hold of you.
You can get me on X, which I'm still boycotting, and Insta, the Captain's Chair 210.
But get a hold of him.
Yeah, get a hold of me.
Show pages?
Yes, sportscave.live on everything. Hit us up, man. Good content.
As LG said, some of it's questionable coming out.
I got the tie-in for yesterday where it's like I was like hyping it up and then it totally blew. And
Find me on X at big. It did totally blow. Find me on X at biggest Puma, on Instagram biggest.puma. LG, when's the next stream?
I don't know.
Oh, well, be looking for that.
Solid wrap up.
Back on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Till
No big
then,
deal. No
peace.
game.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?